In the depths of the Agripinaa System, the Dark Mechnicum Fleet unleashes its full might. Their goal? To establish a stronghold and wield a terrifying new superweapon. Their plans quickly go awry as they unexpectedly collide with a formidable Tau fleet. Facing the threat of defeat, the Enginseers of the Dark Mechnicum power up their new weapon. Meanwhile, Imperial Fleet moves to force their way into strategic Chinchare System. Faced with formidable defences, the Imperial forces fight tooth and nail, desperate to secure a foothold amidst the chaos. In the Scarus System, Malos Vrykan's quest continues. His relentless efforts to quell the Greenskin menace gain favour from the bloodthirsty god of war himself. This is a war like no other, where power, domination and survival all hang in the balance. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. We've just taken the Quink system and we have the opportunity to jump straight ahead and take Harvest, which is also our objective.
The orcs scattered, their lust for battle drowned by their fear. Blood for the blood god! Indeed. Are you not glad I chose to share my victory? His victory? No matter. We have gained a foothold in this sector, but we must move quickly. The war must be ended, which means we must bring death to Warlord Blitzripper. You will aid in this, Barris? Blood for the blood god!
The Blood Purge is complete. Very easy. We kind of gamed the system a little bit to jump ahead and get to that objective complete. I don't really plan on holding Harvest until we can secure more of this system.
My agents have contacted Warboss Gorspitter, Blitzripper's second in command. Why bargain when we can simply take their skulls? Little good that has done you so far. Space Titan flesh, and in great quantity. Worthless beasts, then that is where we shall go.
The tribute. Archist Vane has invited Gorspitter to meet with us. He's the rival war boss, and he's going to help us fight and overthrow the orcs. But we have to get some kind of space whale first. We've been given access to a brand new fleet. A Khorne fleet. A marked fleet of Khorne. They have a Grand Cruiser Executor. Not a huge fan of the Grand Cruisers of Chaos. I have used these. This is a vanilla ship, as we are using a mod. The Grand Cruisers are slower. They've got 50% more hull points. They've got way more shields. But in my experience, they get tied down and focused down pretty quickly. They're very good at boarding, especially when they're focused to Khorne. But you kind of have to build a fleet around them. We've got a Hades, a Styx, which I believe is a carrier. Yep, 4 launch bays on the carrier. Got a cruiser Carnage, and we have a light cruiser Hellbringer with a bunch of escorts. So not a huge fleet, but it's a free fleet. So you can't really complain. The 17th Dark Mechnicum Warfleet has arrived at Agripinaa.
World Agripinaa itself would have fallen millennia ago, but for its formidable defenses, now bolstered by the Cadian diaspora. Even with Cadia lying in ruins, its scions stand firm beside Agripinaa. And it is well that this is so, for the world's technological wonders have proven an irresistible lure to Chaos warpsmiths. The Agripinaa sector is a linchpin in the Cadian Gate's defenses, a laboring manufactorum that feeds nearby worlds with weaponry and much-needed munitions. Wealth abounds within its borders, and it supplies the Astra Militarum with many of its finest regiments.
So our Dark Mechnicum fleet has arrived in the system, and we have to fight what looks to be a beleaguered Tau expeditionary force. We're bringing our brand new battle cruiser, which has the Hellbeam cannon. Very cool looking ship, that's for sure. Now this Hellbeam cannon reloads when you're near or in an asteroid field or near other wreckage of other ships. So we'll start him near the asteroid belt to charge up his Hellfire beam at the start, and then we'll get the rest of the cruisers, we'll put them into a 4 cruiser formation with the scout escort. We've got 2 carriers and 2 cursors, which are long-range, heavy forward armament cruisers. I've been pretty impressed with how they've been able to fight, and so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to take the tower down fairly easily with these things. Very long range. Get the escorts out there for the scout. These are long range sniper style escorts. The scalpel. Alright, get them up ahead and we'll get the fleet underway. Leaving our flagship behind to recharge the Hellfire cannon or the Hellbeam cannon. See the little drones collecting resources for the cannon. Haven't used it before, so I'm not sure how it actually works. We'll call this the field test. We've got the Auger Disruptor as well, which takes away the enemy's ability to scan you.
Show us our victims. Moving to those coordinates.
We will move towards the escorts because there is an absolute shit ton of escorts, fighters coming in.
Your orders.
Where's my boost gone?
Reporting.
I can't boost. The boost window is gone.
Follow your command. For now.
That's strange. What's the go with that? Is this an effect of this system?
Show us our victims.
Our flagship can boost. That's going to make things problematic.
For the War Master.
Because I've been running bow on into the enemy with the AdMech fleet.
For the ruinous powers.
And using their heavy 4 weapons. And then turning around and running away.
Your orders. Setting course.
I'm fighting the Tau. Maybe the Tau have some kind of skill that I'm not aware of. Managed to get to the cloud, which stopped those fighters from coming in. They have lots of strike craft. We're going to send out our fighters now to try and scout them.
We stand ready.
Keep pushing up further. Get a little bit closer. Our Hellfire cannon is fully charged. Now we need to make way and join the battle. The Dominator's pretty fast for a battle cruiser. There we go, we've spotted the enemy. We've taken out one of their escorts in the first volley. Heavily damaged fleet. But still a lot of ships.
Enemy ship sighted.
Try and get some shots off with our cannons. There we go. Which was probably a suicide maneuver. We need to get around and get away. Oh, that's right, there's no boost. Oh no.
Reporting.
Oh dear, I don't really know what the deal with that is. It's the first mission we've had no access to boosting. So now we're going to have to fight these guys head on and not be able to run away.
Show us our victims.
Activate the Hellfire cannon, try and target... Oh wait, it's an activated ability and I've just wasted that entire charge. Okay, so I thought it might have been a targeted ability. But no, it just shoots as soon as you click the button.
No, we must
I'm pretty confident we can nail these guys.
We stand ready.
Whoa, we're just taking damage, even despite having the shields up. Whoa, we're taking lots of damage. They're getting through our shields. Oh, is it torpedoes they're firing at us? I think they might be torpedoes. I'm just checking them to see what kind of weapons they have that's stopping me from being able to boost and getting through my shields. We're chewing through them pretty quickly, but they're doing... Oh my god, we've taken a lot of damage. This battlecruiser, the Cursor, it's taking... Oh, we've lost a ship. The ship is lost. They have done an insane amount of damage. They must be torpedoes that I thought they were just slow-moving weapons. Well, that's a lesson learned against the Tau. The big blue orbs are torpedoes. I was just assuming they would hit my shields. Activating the beam cannon and taking out a ship in the background. 2 ships in the background. Because we don't have any charges for it, it only lasts for a split second. I'm going to turn side on to get the arc turrets underway. They don't seem to do a lot of damage. Minuscule amount of damage, in fact. This battlecruiser's taken a lot of damage too, the other cursor. And I can't run him away because I've got no boost. What is going on? I'm just checking for any malices that the fleet may have. That's really odd. No matter. It did give a slight amount of challenge to the battle, not being able to play the tactic that I wanted to. Oh, we've got torpedo bombers coming in now. Are they going to board or bomb us? Turn around to face the front. We need to get the beam cannon onto these ships. We've had a misfire there. It didn't do any damage. Get those arc turrets firing on the ships. Well, so we lost a 140-point battle cruiser to underestimating and not knowing exactly what the Tau field. With the other races, it was pretty obvious which ones were torpedoes and would get through the shields. Got to get in close and finish him off with the Hellfire beam shot. There we go. Activate the cannon, destroying him instantly. Well, that was less than wonderful battle, losing a battle cruiser and having our second one severely damaged. But we did learn a lesson. Plus 2 escorts. We lost 2 escorts as well. That wasn't a great start to the 17th Dark Mechnicum Warfleet. That was their first battle. We did take the Finreth station, which has a forge world and a strategic position. So this will be a great foothold for us to actually invade the Agripinaa System. I don't plan on doing it right now, but it does give me one hyper jump to my next objective, which I need to keep on top of. There's a threat meter down the bottom that leads to campaign failure if you take too long. The Imperium are invading the Tau in the Scarus sector. Not much going on. The Orcs are retreating from Hexen, but they've created another fleet. Oh, they're actually attacking Quinks. So we need to reinforce Quinks. We're going to overwhelmingly reinforce it, because this is a 900-point fleet that's coming in. And the Orcs have been difficult. Because we've only just taken over Finreth, there is not much development here, and it's going to take a long time to repair this fleet. Only 12% per turn. I think what I will do is I'll move them back to the home system and find the one that has the most repair, which is Chinchare, and we'll move them back here and repair them over the next turn. That means they'll be fully repaired in one turn, and we can reinforce their losses and change their fleet composition slightly, because that wasn't impressive at all. We have an incoming invasion from the Imperium. So we have our reinforcements ready and our gun platforms on station. 3,000 versus 1,800. This will be an interesting fight. So here, the Imperium seeks to try and take our system back. They've sent a large flotilla. 1,800, 2 fleets, 900 per fleet. We have brought everyone that was in jump range to counter this threat, and we already had stations ready to fight them. The stations are I'm going to try and keep them alive at all costs, because it will save us a lot of resources, having to rebuild them again. Alright. Very mixed fleet composition in ship sizes. We've got our battle cruisers from the Alpha Legion off to the left. The carriers at the back. The Fallen Angel has the Nova Cannon, and she's been very helpful in quashing the Orcs. Let's see how she goes against the Imperium. I mentioned in a previous video I wanted to experiment with triple lines, so we're going to do that this time.
Its destruction will bring glory to our name and terror to our foes.
Alright, we have to destroy the enemy ship, but I planned on destroying them all anyway. Let's get underway. We've got the sensor ghost anomaly, which means that a lot of the sensor readings are false. The ones coming in from the side. Let's get our escorts up towards the stations and get our station fighters out to scout this left wing of the Imperium. We're sending torpedo bombers this time, hoping to destroy a bunch of ships in the first stages.
We stand ready.
Carriers in the center, anyone that has a launch bay, and then the battle cruisers on the left and right wing. Light cruiser squadron with the Death Guard escorting them. Death Guard guy has Void Locust, so he can heal everyone in that squadron.
Enemy ship sighted. Show us our victims.
Alright, the first of the Imperium ships have been spotted. Haven't done any damage because our fighters are flying over them and not attacking. And they're all being shot down. So that's less than ideal. Just prioritizing all the escorts, because I want to remove their ability to scout me out. I want this to be a one-sided gunfight. So far our fleets have pretty much countered the... Oh, we've been spotted.
Enemy ship sighted.
This happened last time when the fighters snuck through.
Reporting. Engines hot.
No matter. Doesn't really matter if they see us, because we're going to head to this cloud first.
Engines hot.
Or maybe not. They're getting close, and I want to use the Nova Cannon.
Your orders.
We're going to set up into line formation. I am a dog of old tricks. Or something like that, who knows. Anyway, Nova Cannon, dropping it now. I probably should have put it down a little bit to the south on screen. They're dumping a Nova Cannon on our station as well, so we're going to get the torpedo bombers out on the smaller targets. They do a lot of damage to those small targets. Their Nova Cannon's done a fair amount of damage to our station, and ours has wiped the board. Oh, they're doing another one. They have 2 Nova Cannon armed ships.
Enemy ship sighted.
They have a lot of ships.
Enemy ship sighted.
Holy ship terror. The Heretic flagship has ultra long range, nearly 30,000 units, so he's the first one to open fire. We've been working on his range skills. Going to get the battleship up closer, send out an auger probe to get everybody scouted.
Setting course.
And we're going to run the rest of the fleet through the Void Cloud to re-stealth their signatures. Just absolutely chewing through the escorts.
For the War Master.
Lance weaponry just annihilate escorts because you can't dodge them. 100% to hit.
Enemy ship sighted.
We're going to turn the battleship away.
Orders.
We don't want him to get surrounded. There are quite a few ships still lingering about. And for every one we destroy, there are more coming.
Enemy ship sighted.
This flagship out here is getting severely damaged. Our stations are actually doing a lot of work this time. They didn't do so much in the previous fights. They were more bullet sponges. But we're getting much better. Oh, we've got a torpedo spread coming in. Our priority target for the secondary mission is there. Uh-oh, we got a Nova Cannon coming in. We're going to break these guys. All stop, and boost out. See, we've got boost in this mission. So it must have been something to do with the tower in the last mission. We still took damage. That's okay, they can recover from that.
We are unstoppable.
We're about to lose our first station.
Enemy ship sighted.
Use its abilities before it goes down.
Switch to silent rocket.
That ship tried to warp out. It was our priority target and he got annihilated. No match for those Chaos Lancers. Send out our fighters. Alright, we've got a few large ships coming in now. I'm going to try and turn away a little bit. Try and get stealthed up again.
Enemy ship sighted.
And turn down and run back to the south so we can fight on both sides. We don't have to worry about overlapping fire in this game.
Your orders.
Whoops, wrong button there. Send out the torpedo bombers to take out all these small craft. Oh, they're about to drop a Nova Cannon right in the middle of our formation. What is our guy doing? Turn around. He has very long range lance weaponry as well as the Nova Cannon. So we're going to drop this here right in the middle of the Imperial formation.
For the War Master.
They will not know what hit them. We stole that battleship from the Space Marines. And so we're using their own weapons against them. Absolutely obliterating that formation. And if they've had shields, they're now gone. Getting a bit tongue-tied. There's so much chaos going on. Literally. Open up a fresh drink of lemonade.
Sighted.
Things are looking pretty good.
Show us our victims.
Get the light cruiser squadron down to the south so they don't overlap with our main line. But we are just absolutely mashing these Imperials.
Show us our victims.
Run our battleship right up to them. Send out an auger probe so they can't re-stealth. Fighting on both sides, this battleship, the Sin of Envy, is extremely powerful. She has the Super Void Shield and 83 armor all round, which is probably the highest I think you can get the armor. Shields are fully recharged. Hangers are recharged. And while the rest of our formation just systematically destroys the Imperials. Try and get some cinematic view of this glorious battle.
We stand ready.
Lots of the debris is blocking the shots on our battleship. But also blocking our lance weaponry coming out of the Void Cloud.
Reporting.
So that incentivizes you to keep moving. Drop a Nova Cannon on these unshielded cruisers. We only lost one station this time. And the escorts are still alive, so they didn't get close at all. The previous defense we did, the Space Marines just bum rushed straight up to the stations and annihilated them. Send out another probe. Just constant detonations in space. Our Lancers can't get through all the wreckage of the previous Imperial ships. There's so much of it. I love that, the extra wreckage. That's not so present in vanilla. I think I've mentioned that before. If you own Battlefleet 2 and want to check out the mod, the Skalgrim mod, there is a link in the comments of most of the videos in this series. It adds 45 ships and the Dark Mechnicum Fleet, which is why we're playing Chaos. we've just taken a spread of torpedoes to the nose of this cruiser here. The Flame of Death taking 2 torpedoes.
Show us our victims.
Shields are down, and we've taken a critical to the deck. But we're using a battleship like we should, fighting on both sides.
Your orders.
Making sure to utilize all of that powerful weaponry.
War Master wield.
The light cruisers haven't seen much action. This guy's launching a spread of missiles just before he detonates. The cruiser behind him, trying not to fly through the wreckage, and it detonates too. Alright, we have 2 cruisers left, I think. There may be more targets coming in. They do have lots of points. But the battlefield is littered with the corpses of Imperial ships.
We are unstoppable.
Activating the Void Locust to repair any damage we may have taken. Our light cruiser formation is about to split through our other line. That's not ideal.
Moving to those coordinates.
Fortunately, the battle cruiser is giving way. And it's in their best interest because the Death Guard light cruiser is able to heal all the ships.
I cannot master.
And it's doing lots of damage to the Imperial ship that's foolishly in the cloud.
Our minions rampage through their ship.
These last ships are proving to be pretty strong. We're going to dump a Nova cannon on them. That's the last charge of that cannon.
We stand ready.
The amount of charges the cannon has is dependent on the ship class, so smaller ones only have 1 or 2 charges. And I don't find them to be very useful. And so the last of the Imperial Fleet is destroyed. That will teach them to invade the chaos-infested realm of Chinchare. They will find this kind of defense every time they come. No sooner had the shield been raised than it was destroyed again, followed by the ship's crew and complement. Victory to chaos. We did overwhelm them in points, but I don't think we took any substantial damage that match, despite losing 1 station, which is free. So, ha ha ha, victory is ours. Now we have to defend from the orcs once more in the Scarus sector. We're using our newly acquired World Eater fleet, which has the Grand Cruiser of Khorne, as well as various other mixed escorts and a couple of cruisers. I didn't build this fleet, but it's a free fleet, like I said before, so anything that we can use is going to be good, and then eventually we'll swap out or destroy the escorts, or spread them out amongst other fleets perhaps. So we'll take everyone that is big. With Malos's fleet, we only need to have a light cruiser to have amazing identification range. And so far he's bringing light cruisers as a staple of his fleet. 2 to 3 at least every match. There's the glorious Ground Cruiser of Khorne. Ready to do some boarding actions, because that's what they're good at. Chaos Space Marines of Khorne are the ultimate boarders. They have an ability that just drops 10 or 15 boarding actions on a ships for free. And they do ridiculous boarding damage. Kind of like what the Space Marines do to our Dark Mech Fleet. The only downside is the ground cruisers are very slow compared to the normal 200 plus speed of a Chaos Cruiser. I mean, even the battle barges are faster. Set the line up to be a little bit longer, because sometimes we get traffic jams. Oh, this cruiser murder here has a very low crew. Stealth up the light cruisers. Get everyone into the ultimate line formation. Let's go hunt some greenskins.
Volunteers for the rituals. Strip the enemy vessels of their defenses. defenders. Their screams will please the gods. For the ruinous powers.
Right, let's get going. Light cruiser squadron to get up there and scout out the enemy. We can spot them from 18,000 units. An absolute ton of fighters are coming in, so we're going to reply with our own fighters.
For the War Master. Show us our victims.
Might head towards the cloud actually. Those
Follow your command.
we're going to get spotted, I think. And my goal here is to spot. There seems to be two wings of the Orc fleet. If I spot one side, they'll rush at me,
Looking weapons.
and then leave the other one to be casually make their way to us. Our fighters only intercepted one of those Orc inbound fighters, and they're getting their butts handed to them.
Reporting.
Send out another wave to stop them.
Seeking prey.
Now, Malos' fleet doesn't have much in the way of fighter or strike aircraft. They're just going sheer firepower mostly.
Your orders.
But if I can keep the fighters off the ships, they won't do too much damage. They attack the ships and take out the defensive turrets, and they're stripping that Grand Cruiser right now.
We'll follow your command for now.
Right, let's get the light cruiser up there. We need to spot these guys quickly. They're actually making it to us, and they're getting into the clouds.
Moving to those coordinates. Swift Death Squadron.
Send out more fighters to get rid of these goddamn orcs.
Your orders.
Like mosquitoes.
Your orders.
Switching to long range so we can engage as soon as we detect. And we're going to move to broadside fire.
For the War Master.
Not really crossing their T. Oh, they're in a bit of a line, disorganized. But as soon as they spot us at that range, they're going to boost in.
Enemy
Here comes the
sighted.
spotting. Detection range and marked.
We stand ready.
Alright, I don't think this line's going to work. Maybe. Who knows?
Enemy ship sighted.
Because one of our objectives is to board a lot of ships, so I want to use the corn ship to do that at least. Oh, here they come. The wave of greenskins coming on full boost. Take out the ram ships.
Enemy ship sighted.
1, 2. They still hit us.
Sighted.
They didn't do much damage, but they still got through the shields. That guy rammed his own friend in the back. That guy killed his friend. We've got more orcs coming in hardcore for the flagship. We've got to boost the flagship away. You can't take too many of those.
Reporting.
Now let's turn all starboard. High energy starboard turn. And then full boost through the asteroid field. Dumping all of our boarding actions, our fighters, plasma bombs, all of our skills before we run.
Once.
We let them get a little bit too close before detection.
Reporting.
Stealth these guys back up and get away.
Unstoppable.
There's a lot of orcs there. It's a lot of ships for 900 points.
Whose fires unleashed.
They went cheap and nasty, I think. Everyone's boosting away.
Show us our victims.
It's running it at slow speed because I don't really want to make a huge mistake here.
Show us our victims.
Light cruiser is on boost. Whoa, we've had another major detonation. Something did massive damage to that. Oh, that was the plasma bomb I dropped.
For the War Master.
Massive damage to ships in the formation.
We are unstoppable.
Right, we've managed to separate. Let's get some stealth back from this void cloud. I'm expecting them to boost as soon as they're able to. See, the Grand Cruiser's taken a lot of damage.
Your orders. For the ruin.
Alright, let's get back and hit them in the rear. Here comes that expected boost attack after us. Putting out all of our lightning strikes. Trying to stop these guys from boosting in on us.
I cannot, Master.
Few more. Few more. More. We've made the mutiny at least.
Reporting.
Some of our ships have made it to the safety of the cloud, but others haven't.
Your orders.
Battleship's got a lot of stuff coming up. We'll do a rally. Oh, we've lost the engines on this ship. Engines and generator are gone. Light cruisers, get back in here. Send in some torpedo bombers. Hit that guy who's by himself. Uh-oh, more rams. Hit the void shield, turn broadside and try and do some damage. Drop another plasma bomb on the formation.
Further damage at once. Moving to those coordinates.
We need to protect this cruiser here with low crew, low health, no power and no engines.
We'll follow your command. For now.
Right, we managed to have one ship killed in that large formation from the plasma bomb. Grand Cruiser is getting its butt handed to it. I think it just got hit by an orcish ship. Like I said, sometimes they're just a liability. It's holding us back. You just need to build a fleet that matches their style of fighting. More boarding actions, etc. Or a bunch of the Grand Cruisers themselves. Problem is, like, they take 5 build points to build, which is pretty significant, and which means they have to be built in a major system. This guy doesn't know what he's flown into.
Fear us, for we strike from the war.
Gonna destroy him in a hail of broadside macro fire, and then ram him to finish. We got another guy coming in full boost. He's only just activated the boost, so the battle barge is going to have to take it head on. One of our ships has lost all its crew. Head on into the battle barge. Slowly but surely, those giant asteroids are making their way towards our fleet.
As the War Master wills.
We can get some battle plans as well. Stolen those. Get some crew over to that scuttled ship, to that empty ship. Drifting Hulk. I don't really want to fight them head on.
Prepare my ship or else.
I want to get this guy off the field so they can't steal back the battle plans. We need those. And we'll try and get a line going up here with all of those asteroids between us. Oh, it's not working. Come on, guys. Seems to be floundering a bit. I'm just going to run away. It's going to increase our damage from behind, because our ships aren't as armored from the rear. Drop the plasma bomb on him. Oh, massive damage. Massive damage. Keep sending in the torpedoes. A couple of these guys are looking worse for wear. He's got no generator, so we're going to retreat that guy. As soon as he can, we'll boost him. Off the field.
We stand ready.
Watch out, Grand Cruiser. We need to get that guy off the field too, realistically.
Repair the damage at once. We stand ready.
Turn this guy around. We'll get some escorts on the field, hey?
Engines hot.
Just to help mop up.
We stand ready. Your orders.
Get this guy off. Make sure he survives. The other ship is retreating too. Now we need to turn everybody about
Engines hot.
and face the final threat. Well,
Vengeance will be ours.
alright, so we've had some retreats and we've got some new escorts. Let's get them up into the fight.
As the War Master
Get them set to long range. stop there, and we'll get them to attack this guy.
Show us our victims. For the ruinous powers.
We don't want this cruiser to fight them by themselves.
Warp strike successful, Master. Reporting.
Finish him off with escort, hey? Get that little guy down and into a line formation. Let's move everyone out. No collisions, hopefully. Things are looking good. Send out some fighters. And board this guy. No, board the next guy.
I cannot, Master. We are unstoppable.
That rock is almost dead. Yep, he's dead now.
We stand ready.
Just try and surround them.
Cannot, Master.
Dump on the boarding actions.
Warp strike successful, Master.
These escorts are being hit. Go stealth.
Reporting. Let the galaxy burn.
And make sure they're within range.
For the war, Master.
And then we'll just work to surround. Oh, this guy's a bit damaged. We'll get him out of combat. See you later. Thank you for your help.
Orders.
All of our shots are hitting these wreckage of their former orcs. I don't have the Grand Cruiser here anymore, so I can't use the plasma bomb skill. But I'd rather keep him alive. Alright, this cruiser has made it to safety. He'll wait the rest of the battle in that cloud. One of the space rocks is mutinied, but I've learned that they like to turn that about as soon as they can. We'll escape this guy off the field. He's pretty critical damage. We're trying to minimize losses where we can.
We stand ready.
This Carnage Cruiser of Khorne looks pretty cool, but he's taking lots of critical damage.
Fear us, or we strike from the warp.
I can't let my guys get too close to those orc things, whatever they are. Rock asteroids.
Your orders.
Big rock.
We are unstoppable.
They're very strong. They have lots of health.
Reporting.
I've got to break their morale, I think.
Return to the war.
Get off the field.
Setting
Light
course.
cruiser's about to crash. Chuck him into the formation.
Moving to those coordinates.
Repair all the critical damage. Shields down. Hit some boarding actions in. Torpedo bombers. Everything we can dump on him.
I cannot, Master.
Make sure I'm reload stance. All the criticals are fixed.
Fear us, or we strike from the warp.
Nothing happening down here. Okay. Escorts are just staying out of danger.
Successful, Master.
We've got more ships coming onto the field. Let's bring them on to pour on the damage and get some experience.
Our strike team slaughtered them.
Battle cruiser Hades. That's more like it. We managed to strip them clean of orcs and pass the secondary objective for the Dark Mechnicum. We took no actual losses, so that means in the next episode we'll be able to continue our push into the Scarus sector and clean the Greenskin Scourge. If you're enjoying the videos, make sure to hit the like button and I'll see you next time. Commander Tyrael, out.